got a headache, so we need to have coffee. My withdrawals. It's 9 o'clock and I haven't had my coffee.
Decide which cup I can have.
What cup do you want?
You choose. No pressure.
Do you want an iced or a hot?
I think I want a hot coffee today. So how long has it been since we got back from our Oz trip?
Put it numbers.
Have a guess.
4 years, no, 3 years since we got back.
Yeah.
4 years when we started, since we first started.
3 years since we got back. And where was our favourite spot on our Oz trip? Favourite state?
WA.
Was it?
Yeah.
Where was our second favourite spot?
I think Tassie.
Yeah, and which state are we gonna make a video and talk about today? Tassie. Here comes the coffee, barista is done.
Since I got back, I've taught myself how to do latte art.
Oh, that looks pretty good. Fancy.
Yeah.
Go for it.
The other night we were looking through our phones at old footage from Tassie, and there was so much stuff that we didn't even put in the video. So we thought we'd just make a video of the other videos.
And talk about it a bit.
And try and remember what happened along the way.
Fill in the blanks.
Got a few more wrinkles on the face, a few more bags.
One extra kid. One extra house.
One extra kid. Just one kid.
Well, we didn't have any when we did the trip.
No.
Two.
Jimmy, don't. I'm not exposing myself.
Alright.
You look funny cross-legged.
I'm not going to sit like this. But we got our coffees now, so we can get into it. It's finally, it's 9:30 and we're only just having coffees.
I feel like they can't hear us.
So, it's been 3 years since we got back from our trip, and we've just watched our YouTube videos over and over, reminiscing on how good of a time we had. So, especially Tassie, so we were looking back through our phone just the other week and realised we have all these clips that we didn't actually put in the video. And I guess we wish we had done it more like a vlog style than like a highlight reel. So we thought we would now go back through and talk about some of our experiences and in a bit more detail, because it was a...
Just so we can remember when we're old.
There's just a lot of details we missed and we would like to remember. So, let's do it.
So, what date was it? November 2021.
Yep.
And it was COVID lockdown, so we couldn't even stop. We couldn't even stop anywhere in Victoria, so we had to just
go from the SA border straight to the Spirit.
Yeah.
In Melbourne.
There was videos of Jimmy like trying not to look at all the bakeries, like.
Yeah, because we couldn't stop, so I didn't want to know about it, eh?
He's going like this out the window. And then yeah, we like did a massive food shop. Did we do that like in South Oz? Must have done it.
We just had all this like fruit and veg and stuff,
and then like we had to fully throw it all out as soon as we got to the Spirit of Tasmania, because you can't bring anything over into Tassie, like fresh fruit and plants, so we had to like get rid of it all.
Yeah, we had our little devil's ivy feature plant that we'd had on the whole trip, and we were just watching it grow over a whole year and just had to bin it. It was so sad, eh?
And I think we we thought that we wouldn't be able to get any food on the Spirit of Tassie, so I'm pretty sure we like went and bought like a thermos because we didn't think we'd have any water.
We thought they'd just leave us for dead on the ferry. Because
we were on like an overnight one, so we were in a little room and I don't think you were allowed to like walk around and stuff. So we bought like a whole bag full of like pre-made sandwiches and like we had to hunt down like a thermos because we were like they're not going to have any boiled water. Like we need to make a cup of tea.
Yeah.
So we brought all that onto the boat, and then when we got there, they had like snack bags, like fully loaded, like with cereals and like
chips and lollies and chockies and
heaps of stuff. And we were like, oh my god, we've just like been hunting around like a thermos, and like you could order like a cup of tea. We just thought that they would just like not give us anything. So that was really funny. And then I think I just took a sleeping tablet because, it was a seasickness tablet, and I just literally passed out the whole trip. Jimmy,
Just one thing I'd like to clear up in the last video I made. It's like, there was waves splashing past the windows.
Which there was.
Overall, pretty calm seas, and I'm like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, but it was
what
quite
I meant
rough.
was, it was rough, but we were asleep for most of it. So I only remember about half an hour of it being hell rough, but the waves were like freaking. They must have been 5-6 meters tall, splashing up past the window. Like it was pretty hectic.
I think it was. Yeah, I'm glad I took that seasickness tablet, but yeah. Anyway, when we got off, we had no plans to do anything, because we were like, now what? We just
we pretty much
drove off, going, where are we? We had no plan, which you really do need a plan in Tassie.
Yeah, well, we pretty much just rocked up in Devonport. Just remember the first thing we did was just go and be like, well, I want to go stay at a really nice, like, bushy campsite somewhere. So I remember just buying a bag of firewood, and then we were like, okay, we got firewood. Yeah. Where are we going?
And I think we just looked on.
Well, we wanted to go to Cradle Mountain pretty early in the trip.
Yeah.
Like straight away. So we were like, let's find a campsite close enough to Cradle Mountain. And then, the first night was that Lake Gardner campsite, which was like one of the best ones we've stayed at in the whole world.
It was so beautiful. And there was this goat there, which we did film in the other video, but it was called Vincent
Van Gogh.
Vincent Van Gogh. And it was like really cute at first, like I was feeding it going, oh my god, this is so cool. Like then maybe like 10 minutes later it's like trying to ram me. Literally like ramming me, like butting its like horns into me. I was like, I'm actually kind of scared.
Yeah. Well, that was
like, hey, I'm kind of gonna go inside now because this thing's like attacking me.
It was pretty chill. You're over exaggerating.
I think I was like getting a bit nervous. I was like, this is like a wild.
It didn't even have horns. I had these tiny.
Yeah, but it was hurting.
All right. Oh my god.
It was hurting. Oh.
Yeah, so that was sick. Staying on the lake there, and there was like.
There was even like platypus.
Oh yeah.
There's platypus in the
stream.
I think it was a lake.
It was a stream. They were going up the stream. But it's called Lake Gardner, but it was the edge of it.
Was it Lake Gardner? Oh,
that's what we're talking about. Okay, we just checked the footage. It does have horns.
It hurt. I don't even know if you can see.
But it calls them massive. I don't know if I'd call
that
massive.
Yeah, I told you it hurt. Traumatized.
Yeah, so we stayed there, and then
it was freaking freezing. We didn't like prepare how
Oh, we were so rugged up. We woke up and it would have been like, it was like close to 0.
Yeah.
Pretty freezing.
I don't think we had enough like warm clothes for like packed in our van,
But
so just lay it up.
Then, so our first proper day, waking up in Tassie. So the next day we went to Cradle Mountain, parked down the bottom, got our parks pass, caught the bus up the mountain, and then we started hiking towards Marion's Lookout, which at first we didn't think we were going to go all the way up to the top.
Well, we thought we were at the top.
And then we realised, we saw some snow up the top and we realised like, oh, that's pretty high up.
Well, we thought
we can't get up there.
Yeah.
But then we did.
No, we thought it was the top and we're like, yay, we made it. Let's have a little cup of tea with our thermos. And we sat down, we're like, ah. And then we realised there was people like keeping going up to the very top and we were like, oh, this isn't even the top.
Yeah.
So then we kept going up, and then I got to see snow for the first time. Made a little snowman, which was skinny.
Very thin.
Very thin.
In Sarah's word.
My first snowman.
So that was sick. So like first day in
Very
Tassie,
thin.
got to see the snow and throw some snowballs around, which was like epic start.
Way home, or not on the way home, but on that way down the mountain, it was around near Dove Lake, and I walked past, and then Jimmy was walking past, and I looked back, there's a tiger snake like wrapped in this bush, like this close to his face.
Like face high.
Like wrapped
But
around.
you were like, oh, there's a tiger snake.
No, well I didn't want to scare you.
And I was like, huh? And then
like, move, there's a snake, and then got you, and then there was like a bunch of people like just behind, and I was just like,
I would have been like 10 centimetres away as I saw a glimpse of the bloody snake in the bush right next to my head, and I was freaking, and I was like, just tiger snake, I told you.
scary.
You didn't say it very loudly.
I think I just wanted to get out of there.
So after Cradle Mountain, while we're on our trip, we were doing photography for Hip Camp, and we were getting like $100 per campsite, and we looked on our little like dashboard app thing and we found this place called Captain Matthews, which was maybe hour and a half out of Hobart. So we locked in to go stay there, and then the track in was like pretty hectic for the van. Like it felt like 30 minutes going down this like gravelly track, low trees, like a few potholes and stuff. And we rocked up like fairly late in the day, and then we like rocked up, picked our spot, and we're like, all right, cool. And then we've like going in and out of the van a little bit, and I was like, oh, I went to like hop out of the van, and we were like parked on like an uneven surface, and I've like gone out backwards and gone to get into my thongs. I've just done this like old man roll out of the van onto my, like, missed my thong, rolled my ankle so hard, and like tumbled out of the van backwards, and Sarah's just seen me disappear out of sight because she was like laying in the van.
Oh yeah.
And I was just so rattled, you know, when you like hurt
All
yourself.
over, it's like a shock.
And I was like, I swear my like ears were ringing and stuff. Like I'd blacked out. And I was laying there so wounded, and Sarah was so worried because I was, you know, when you do something like that, I was like, have I broken my ankle?
It's like, where are we? We're in the middle of nowhere.
We're like 2 hours from Hobart down some friggin' long gravel track.
And the thing was like, because we were parked, but then there was like a bit of a dip in the grass, so you must have just like thought the grass was where it usually is, but it was like way lower, so like you just like completely like saw you falling, like
it was like slow-mo or something, but it really hurt. Sprained my ankle real bad.
It was a real shock.
And
it was
then I
like,
was like,
I feel so bad. It's like,
and then you start thinking things like, I was like, well, how do we drive out of here? Like, it's a pretty hectic track. It was like we're getting wheel spin and stuff on the way in.
yeah, I was worried. It's like,
Yeah, so just took it easy for a day or two after that. But anyway, that campsite that we stayed at Captain Matthews was like epic.
So nice.
We like parked up right by the water, like 15 metres from the water. Had a big campfire. I think we had some prawns and cooked up with some like roast veg and stuff. That was bloody delish. And hung out there for like a couple of nights just on our own. No one within probably a good 30 minutes of where we were staying. So after that Captain Matthews place, we continued around to like near Port Arthur and that, and we went down to White Beach and Nubina, and there was this pretty sick little Airbnb that we saw because the weather was a bit rainy.
It's good to have a break from the van.
Yeah, we were like, oh, let's take a break and stay a few nights in this Airbnb, which was called Sun House in Nubina. Just loved the vibe of that, like all just like so much timber in the living area and the kitchen, and we have the fireplace and
Outdoor bar.
outdoor bath, yeah. Chopping up wood, having some beers, some red, and cooked up some pizzas. And we played a bit of Jenga too, didn't we? Anything else? And then I think while we were staying there, we like explored around, like went over to like Roaring Beach for a surf, and there's this also cute little cafe in White Beach. I can't remember the name of it, but
Pear something?
pantry.
Pear Pantry, yeah.
Pear pantry.
Yeah. That was that was probably my favourite cafe in the whole Oz trip.
Yeah, real like little community vibe, and yeah, they had all their little like fruit and veg for sale, and they make soup and sourdough.
Yeah,
and
they ended up giving us some soup. They probably thought, well, these people living out of their van, they
Yeah.
need some soup.
I think we bought some bread, and they were like, "Have the soup for free," and we
Yeah.
were like,
Thank you.
"Thank you." And then we went and like heated it up in the van on like this real windy, rainy day, and it was just like, I don't know, it was just so satisfying, like having some warm food, and like so nice that
Because we
someone
never make soup, so it was nice.
it actually inspired us to go and make that same, like try and replicate that same
Yeah,
soup
we
again, like weeks
did,
later, and it was
yeah.
actually so
That's
yummy.
right.
Yeah, then after that we went and stayed at another hip camp called Wombat Valley. It was near a place called Kellervie. So yeah, ended up driving out onto someone's property, and the guy had like built this epic little tiny house like in this valley amongst all these big hills and stuff, and yeah, he actually wasn't staying there, so again we just had the property all to ourselves, and we bought some fresh oysters in the area.
Potatoes.
Yeah,
We like made a campfire, and we thought we would do like those potatoes on the fire.
baked potatoes.
Yeah, we've never done it before. So we thought, like, you know, you just wrap them up like in a bit of foil and with a bit of butter and throw them in.
Yeah.
And they just like, we got them out and they were just completely burnt.
Yeah.
They look
We
good.
put them like right in the
Oh.
flames. I think you're just meant to put them on the edge and kind of cover them up a bit,
Yeah.
so it like warms it but doesn't burn it like what we'd done.
We didn't know. Well, that was so funny.
I think we ended up flaking off all the burnt bits, and we
Trying
got a
to hack at it.
little bit of goodness on the inside. There wasn't much left.
It
But,
probably wasn't even cooked on the inside.
oh, slightly, I think. It was warm.
Oh gosh.
But then I just remember staying at that campsite, and it was just so sick. Like this little video, and it was just like arms in the air, just like, yes, this is
Yeah.
living, because we were just like in this epic valley, campfire going, hanging out with my fiance at the time, and like having like a local Tassie beer and just like looking around. I was just loving it. It was so sick. Oh, and then yeah, we were just on a bit of a we probably wanted the money at the time. I think we were just doing a lot of hip camps around that time, so we went straight on to another one after that, which was the bunkhouse, and then we were like, oh sick, like, because you get to stay there for free when you do these little assignments.
So we were like, oh my god, it's a house one, so we can have a break from the van and like stay in like a room
And get paid. We're like, sick.
Yeah.
We're driven like hours to like, don't even know where the heck we were. Driving down all these like little gravel roads, and we end up at this property, and it's like, it looks like
overgrown.
No one's maintained it in so long. It's like hell long grass driving in there with like...
We didn't know how to get in. And
I think, do we open a gate?
I don't know.
So we're driving through all this like thick grass getting in there, and we're like, what are we doing?
Yeah, because we usually, like, the first ones to photograph, so you might be the first ones to stay there as well, so we were like, oh, like, it's not very welcoming.
Yeah.
And then we got up there and there was like bags of rubbish like outside. We were like, is this it?
Yeah.
This isn't like very presentable.
Like it looked like someone was fully living there, and we were like, okay, well, let's like go up and like knock on the door or have a look and suss it out. And it was like, you know, you said,
like, we've gone up and I was like, you just get a weird feeling. I'm like looking in the windows like, oh my god, this is like not, this does not look right.
It's not
like,
ready for us to photograph.
Yeah.
It was like,
there was like a desk set up with a computer. It had like curry tins, and like there's like an open pantry of this food like on this like office desk. Like, it was so weird.
And then we kind of realised pretty quickly, we were like, okay, they're like not expecting us to be here. And we were like, we are in the middle of nowhere.
It was like really creepy.
So we
like,
just got in the van and we were like, let's get out of here.
it was
like,
a really gut feeling, like this does not seem like safe.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, this is not the vibe. Like, scary. So we were just like, let's go, I don't feel good. And then we just left, and then I think they ended up paying us anyway because we drove out there.
Yeah.
But
that was an experience, eh?
yeah, and then we had to find somewhere to stay because like we didn't have anything planned.
Yeah.
There was a camp spot nearby, a free camp.
Yeah.
I hope you've still got the video or like a picture of...
I'll be able to pull up a picture of it. Try and make it look real scary looking. What was after that we did? We trekked around a bit after that and stayed at heaps of different campsites, but one of the more memorable things that we did was we went and we'd actually stayed at this place as a hip camp maybe like a month earlier or something, and it was a blueberry farm in Cygnet, and they'd said like, you know, if you ever want to come back and stay, like, let us know.
And I was really keen. I was like, so how do you go about doing your blueberries? Because I love fruit picking, so I was like really keen to do it. And then they invited us to like come.
You must have
and help
messaged them and they said they were getting ready to pick.
Yeah, I said I was really keen to help, and then yeah, they said we could come and like do the blueberry picking.
So we did that for a week.
Yeah, I loved it. I could have kept doing it because I didn't really care about the money, but Jimmy was like, we're not getting paid very well.
Yeah.
How much was it?
It was a cool experience, but I think we did it for a week and we got like $400 each. I mean, they weren't full days, but when I got crunched the numbers, because I'm a numbers guy, it was like $15 an hour, like something like that. It was pretty bad, but that's not why we're doing it. It was a cool experience, and like just to be out there amongst the berries. Yeah, I don't know, like it was enjoyable, but very much a cool experience to try, but probably wouldn't suggest doing it for like a full season unless you're getting paid a bit better.
Yeah, you need to get paid better, but it was just like a family hobby farm kind of thing, so
yeah,
there was like other kids and stuff helping, and
yeah, and get to eat a few when no one's looking. Bloody delicious.
And then you ended up like go in and check it. They had like escape ramp in the back shed.
Yeah. And I felt
going.
like such a washed up old guy. They're like, have a go on the ramp. And I'm like, I skate like once a year these days. And I'm like, survival stance. Like, man, I'm going to die on this thing. I'm going to break my ankle, eh? But
yeah, that was cool.
Good fun. Then we went over to Bruny Island shortly after that. And, oh man, that's...
Remember that thing that happened?
What thing?
The earthquake or tsunami.
Oh, that was weird. That was like one of our first nights on Bruny, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah, so
Was
we
it
were
tsunami?
staying, we like literally just got to Bruny. I don't even know how we found out about it. Maybe...
It was like an alert. Like, something came up.
I can't remember, but we got... I can't remember if it was family that contacted us and said
It was an
something was
ABC
happening.
News
But it was
thing.
like a potential tsunami warning. They were like, there's an earthquake off the coast and sea levels may be rising, and like...
And we were like, I don't know if
We were staying like, there's a
Yeah.
campsite right on the neck in Bruny.
So it's
And
very
like,
thin, like a coast.
it's
like
only like a
this.
couple hundred meters wide or something. So yeah, we were staying there and we were like, had a bit of a freak out. We were like, well, we don't want to be staying here because we were looking at it like the bloody water would probably surge straight over this in the lowest part.
It was
Like,
really scary.
so I think we were driving around at night and we ended up just trying to find some random spot, like on trying to find higher ground somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Bruny.
was scary.
Bruny was sick. Like the Bruny baker getting like the fresh sourdough out of the fridge that's on the road. That was like the best bread we've ever eaten. Hey, that was joy.
Yeah.
And then stayed at Cloudy Bay surfing. Went and checked out Adventure Bay. There's all these epic shacks there. That's where we got a lot of like inspo. We started like, we didn't really put much of that in our last videos, but we were like photographing a lot of the little shacks along the way, and just loved seeing all that. There's so many sick ones over there.
Trying to think what else.
Oh, we got the you got to get the oysters on Bruny. They are so good.
It's like Thai chili or Thai
Oh, they did
something
heaps.
oysters.
They did like
It's like even like a deep fried one
a
kind of
deep
thing.
fried and Kilpatrick, and then I don't know. There's like 3 or 4 different ones, but
Then we headed over to the west coast, which was way more
Hilly.
like hilly and remote, kind of wild. And yeah, it was so hilly that we like, it was really hard to get up the hills in the van. The van started like overheating, which was so stressful because it's like, we're not near anything. This is our home. And like, literally like a slug, like going up the hill.
But it sucked going up and coming down because it was such a heavy van. Like the brakes, you could feel them like getting hot. So like you'd see a steep hill either going up or down, and it was just nerve-wracking. Hey, we did that 99 bends down into Queenstown.
Well,
Epic scenery like coming down that hill. I think it's in a lot of like car ads. I've seen it on TV, Kia and stuff like that. But yeah, that was nerve-wracking but cool. There wasn't that much. We didn't really froth the west coast. There wasn't that much to do. But yeah, like Sarah, you say about the van.
Oh, and then we're going. There was so many hills up and down that we were just like, it was really like the van was getting really like struggling. And then we just had to like pull over after quite a while of doing those hills because it was getting so hot, to pull over on the side of the road like in the forest.
Like nearly at the top of this hill. We've been driving up it for like 10 minutes and I was just like watching the fuel gauge just going, and I was like, oh my
The fuel gauge?
The
heat.
I was watching the temperature gauge just going up and just like, oh my god.
And then so we would just like pull over, like we need to give it a break, like, and then so we just like pulled over the side of the road, get the camp chairs out. Like we need to just like chill
for like half an hour while it cools down.
And then people were like looking at us, and we're like, we're fine. Like it's all good. Like, and then we literally realized the top of the hill was like just there. So we would have got there any second. But yeah, it was just quite stressful.
Yeah.
I think we got around to like the Bay of Fires after a bit of traveling around, and there's so many cool camp spots along there. And we were just like sitting out at camp chatting, and then this like older lady came up to us and was like, do you guys want some nectarines? Like in this plastic bag. We're like,
apricots, eh?
Oh sorry, apricots. I can't remember.
It was apricots.
Yeah,
because I like nectarines.
Yeah, that's right. I was like and we were like, sure, like
hesitantly.
we don't really,
whatever,
it's not like a fruit that we would usually pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, we took a bag of apricots and we were like, okay, cool, see ya. And then we just like left them on the table because it was like a huge bag. We like tried a couple and we're like, yeah, they're okay. And then so we just left them out on the table while we were there, and then in the middle of the night we just heard like
scratching
and banging on the roof. And we're just like
near the roof vent at first.
Yeah, we're like, oh my god, what is this?
Because you worry that things would get in the roof vent because it's only a hell thin mesh.
Yeah.
So you hear something on the roof and you're like quickly wind down the vent like, oh my god, what is trying to get in?
Oh my god, it was scary. And then we like, after a while we're like, okay, let's go and have a look. Mm-hmm. So we like walked out and we literally see this possum like on the top of the awning, and it had like gotten into all the apricots and like it's eating them. It was so cute.
We had it on the, we had this little hook. Do you say this already?
Well, I can't remember.
We had a little hook. I'd like put a magnetic hook on the side of the van and put the bag of apricots like up quite high to try and keep it away from any pests. On the table. I think I moved them.
Oh.
I moved them like maybe during the night or whatever. But yeah, it was like going at them on the van, and you could hear it like screeching like down the side of the van, like with its nails, and you're like, what the heck? And
it was really cool.
Yeah, gone out. We got
and these eyes just like lit up. We're like, what the hell?
So yeah, don't leave any food out. Well, cute. At Bay of Fires, but other campsites too, these things happen. I think that's most of what we didn't cover in the previous videos, but oh man, we just love Tassie, like just itching to go back there. There's still so much that we haven't seen, and like
we were there for 3 months, but you could definitely stay longer.
Yeah,
it's a small island, but there is a lot to do, and I feel like you have to plan it all out,
like even
before you go to make sure you see everything.
What was the book that we got with all the hikes in the national parks? Was there 100 or something? Or more?
Oh, I can't remember.
But we were ticking them all off as we went around, and I reckon we only got like, we got about a third of the way through.
We did quite a few hikes.
We did heaps. It was so sick.
Really wagtail just sitting there.
So there's a bird girl now after that trip. Yeah, there was so many sick places. Some of our favourite ones were, we loved Bicheno, basically all the coastal towns. Bicheno, Bay of Fires.
Hobart was cool.
Hobart was sick.
Cygnet
was real cute. Bruni's epic. A couple of other towns on the east coast, like Scamander. We got over to like Marrowa and surfed over there.
Stanley was cool.
Stanley the Nut.
Okay.
That's it. Bye.